Hi guys, welcome back. We are going to continue talking about congruent triangles today. So let's just review talking about things that are congruent. Remember that means they're the same size and the same shape. So take a second and see if in question 1 you can find the congruent figures and in question 2 you can find the congruent figures. So it looks like A and F are congruent. Okay, it says the figures that seem congruent, explain why they seem so. They look about the same size, the same shape. These are the same shape, well actually not the purple one. These are the same shape, but they're clearly not the same size. Okay, and actually this one and this one are the same shape, but not the same size. This one and this one are the same shape, but again, not the same size. So A and F are the most similar. And here again, A and B are the same shape, but different sizes. C, and we'll assume that's E, look to be about the same shape, but slightly different sizes. So I would say none of those are congruent, okay? But C and E would be my choice if I had to, okay? Because maybe it's just the angle of the picture. So you can tell if two triangles, this only works for triangles, are congruent if they fall under these guidelines. So yesterday we showed all the different tick marks, like all 3 sides and all 3 angles that were equal. But if we only have pieces of that information, we can still say that they're congruent, okay? So there's the side angle side test, or the SAS test, okay? So here we have a triangle that has a 1 tick mark side and a 1 tick mark side. We have the 1 angle and the 1 angle, and we have the 2 tick mark side. So we have a side, an angle, and a side that's in common with this side, angle, side of another triangle. And notice that the angle is between the 2 sides, right? It's the exact same spot, right? And we read it left to right. So side, angle, side. That's where we're getting that information, this SAS from, okay? So because there's a side, angle, side incongruent with these, I can say that triangle A, B, C is congruent. Remember, a congruent sign is just our equals with a squiggle above it. Triangle, well, A goes with X because that's the one that is only touching side 2 and not side 1. So that would be X, and then B came next, so that would mean Y would come next because B and Y match up, and then Z. So a lot of times it'll be in alphabetical order, but that's not always the case. Okay? The next test is the angle side, or angle side angle. So in this first one, this is angle side angle, because again, we have angle 1 is congruent to angle 1. We have side that's congruent to the side, and an angle congruent to an angle. And notice all 3 of them are touching, okay? So angle side angle is another test. And then we can also have angle side. So we can see that we have an angle and an angle, another angle, and another side and another side. So this is angle side for these 2, okay? And again, notice the angles are, touching the same side, right? And then they're touching the side that's congruent as well. At least one of the angles is, okay? Notice with these acronyms, so we have SAS, ASA, AAS, it will never spell a bad word backwards or forwards. So you'll never have angle side side or side side angle, okay, for congruence. All right, and then there's the last one, which is the side test. So if you know that all 3 sides of the triangle are congruent to another triangle, then they have to be congruent. So again, I could say that triangle ABC here is congruent to triangle. Well, A goes with D because it's on the 1 and 3 sides, so triangle DEF, because B goes with E and C goes with F. Okay? So that's for any triangle. Okay. There's a special one. If we have a right triangle, we have what's called the hypotenuse leg test. So remember, the hypotenuse is the side across from the 90-degree angle. So if the side across from the 90-degree angle are both congruent and another side is congruent, then we can say the whole triangle is congruent without having another angle. Basically, this is side angle. So we know that we can't really use that one, but this is a very special case with the 90-degree angle. Okay. All right, so we're going to try and find the congruent triangles if ABCD is a parallelogram. Well, if it's a parallelogram, we know that AB has to be congruent to DC. And we know that AD has to be congruent to BC. That's the definition of a parallelogram. And then remember we talked yesterday AC is the line in both triangles because we have this triangle over here and this triangle over here. So if I took a pair of scissors and cut it right along this line, they would both have that same exact line. So we can say that AC is congruent to itself. Okay. So again, we kind of did this a little bit yesterday. So now I have side, 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 and side, side, side again. So I know by side, side, side that triangle ADC is congruent to triangle. Well, D and B go together, right? Because if I were to turn that triangle, you could see that. So I know the B is going to be in the middle. And then I know that angle A actually goes with angle C on this triangle. So it's going to be CBA. Okay? So make sure again that you're matching up those correct angles for everything. All right, I don't think there's a last page. So have a wonderful day and we'll talk to you later. Bye.